Craig, thanks for your time.
No worries.
I'd like you to take your mind back to before we met. Tell me a little bit about how you were feeling within yourself personally and how you're feeling about how your business was progressing.
At the time, I was so frustrated with the company, not having that vision, that focus. I think the team was very disjointed. I could have quite happily sold it for £1. At that point, I couldn't see the wood for the trees, and I'd got to a level, I'd done really well over a decade, and I just needed that help to get me to where I wanted to be. And that bit was the hardest bit, probably looking back over my whole career. It's just taking that step back and sticking your hand up sometimes and admitting you need a bit of help.
So clearly many options to help you at that point. Once you put your hand up and say, I need some help,
Yeah.
Of options. Why specifically did you choose to work with me?
Yeah, I think you really need to connect with somebody. You've got to admit that you're going to become part of the team, which you have now. It's like an interview at that point, isn't it? Do we get on with this person? Don't we? What's their personality like? I think if them things align and you're open to it, I think that just helps the journey and it'll naturally progress in the right direction. So yeah, I think I got on with you when I first met you. It took me a while to get my head around things, and then once I thought about it, made my decision, it was easy.
And just for the purpose of anybody listening to this, what work have we done together over the period of time that we've been collaborating?
Yeah, so initially when we first started, I think we had an away day where we basically stripped the company down for you to understand who was doing most of the roles and tasks within the company. And what came out of that for me, once putting everything down on paper and flip charts and actually discussing stuff, was I'm doing too many things and I'm involved in too many things. And we did the SOAP and the strategy on a page, which just when we came out of that meeting, gave me so much confidence moving forward. And in actual fact, I drove away from that hotel, went straight to a decent project and won it straight away because I was feeling confident. And I had this, I don't know, it was like I could see the wood for the trees, and there was an answer to this problem that I'd been suffering with. And then from there we developed it, monthly meetings, and just focusing and drilling down on the finance of the cost of the company, the profitability, the processes, the team.
Putting that plan in place,
Yeah.
And giving you that kind of confidence and that focus and clarity, but then working with you as a business mentor every month,
Yeah.
and the team as well.
Yeah.
Just to make sure that we've got that alignment, roles are clear, clarity
Yeah.
on numbers, etc.
Yeah, and as well with helping with sales, the business development, the website. Where are we doing stuff wrong? Where do we need to put our focus and time and energy into? That's really opened my eyes. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that strategy on a page.
Seems like yesterday, but it was 3 years ago now.
Yeah, and we've just, all the stuff that we've done in that length of time, it's phenomenal, really.
Well, so what would you say the major transformation has been? You've touched on there about some of the things we've done with reporting
Yeah.
and such like, but in terms of overall performance and how you now feel about the business,
Yeah.
what would you say is the major results that you've got from this?
Looking back, the major results are having accountability for everybody in the team. We sit down together. The team knows which problems they need to address, and they're accountable for their actions for the next team meeting. That's really stuck out in my mind, that it's not just me doing everything and it's all down to me. We've got this team, we just all need to do our bit to make it work and get the mechanics. Since we've started, we have tripled turnover. Since we first met you, we're looking at the next level now, which you're helping us with now, and the work doesn't seem to stop. And every month is a different challenge, and we get through all the problems.
You touched on it there, didn't you? Getting the team aligned so you're not doing all the work. You trebled turnover, and in fact your turnover last month was similar to what it was in 4 months 3 years ago. So you're doing 4 times the revenue on a run rate.
Yeah.
Your profits up, You get paid up front, whereas when you were on 60 to 90 day terms before.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's giving you, there's some long days at the moment, but it's also giving you the opportunity, and you've just been away for the weekend and switching off. So, you know, you're not as stressed about the business now, and it's continuing to deliver great numbers month in, month out.
Yeah. I've not got as much on my mind with that and the worry that I did have and the frustrations. The team is aligned. We're always looking forward, we're always making improvements to the team. That never stops. But when you think back to how it was and to where we are, completely different team, completely different structure, and having that monthly meeting and sitting down, and the accountability of everyone in the team has really structured it. Yeah.
And so to go from 3 years ago, I'd happily sell it tomorrow for £1, make out of wood for the trees and I'm overwhelmed and all that kind of stuff. How would you say you feel now? Because we did a strategy away day last week, didn't we?
Yeah.
So we've reset the plan for the next period of time. How do you feel about your business now, and how do you feel personally now?
Yeah, I'm feeling very positive at the moment, and I'm excited to get to the next level. We've got a lot of hard work to get through. Again, different goals, but in general, feeling very positive about what's coming, and just getting the team further aligned, getting more processes in place to help the team. They're going to be critical for this next 12 months as we get to that next growth level. And yeah, I think that's exciting and positive. Yeah, I certainly wouldn't sell it for £1.
Probably
So that's that bit.
So you touched on earlier about it's a tough decision for anybody that's been ripped off, that's had bad experiences, to trust their business, their livelihood with somebody they don't know, somebody they barely met. Knowing what you know now, what would you say to anybody thinking about getting a business mentor, and what would you think about anybody, or what would you say about anybody that's thinking about whether Gary King's the right choice for them?
It's about finding the right business mentor at that point, really, and having that connection with them. And I think you're going to be easy for people to make that decision once they've met you in person, because of the personality and person you are, and all the testimonials you have. You do a lot of good work with clients, and I think that if you were thinking about it, I think you need to get a business mentor, because you probably need it at that point if you are thinking about it, because you probably can't see the wood for the trees again, and it's going to help you moving forward. I think you just, in one sense, you're delaying your happiness, because at the end of this process you are going to feel better. It's just a tough journey to get to that point, and stick your hand up.
It's a tough call, isn't it, asking for help?
Yeah.
And one of the questions that I hear people asking is, will I get a return on my investment? You've obviously touched on the financial results you've got on there, the better lifestyle and the less stress. But from an ROI point of view, how's that been? Yeah,
I think people will be wondering whether they're going to get a return on their investment. I think if you find the right business mentor, like I have, that you've become part of the team, and that investment to me is invaluable. It's, a lot of people might ask me how much my business mentor costs me, and it's irrelevant to me that you're part of the team now. We need to build that into the plan, because you are part of the team. So I wouldn't, my return on me investment for your services is just invaluable to me. I couldn't quite calculate it, because we've trebled turnover. We just keep going and building. You wonder where it will stop and how far we go.
So from your point of view, in real simple terms, it's been a no-brainer?
Yeah, it has been a no-brainer for us, yeah, definitely.
Fantastic. It's been a pleasure working with you, and I'm looking forward to the next steps. Craig,
and myself, thanks Gary, brilliant.